The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities. But right now, calm outside. And, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings.
Mike, where are you? Check.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He'll have a first down past the 40. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now for the point after. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Red, 90, draw. Let's go, D. 80 weapon.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. First down, here's the run with Cook. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
First. Here we go.
Cousins now. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick, but able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football. That's why he was able to bat it away.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is. Here on third. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Vikings send out their punter. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
With it is Brown. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs. Such
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. But it's going to be 2nd down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught by Cohen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st down, Bears.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 15-90, 15-90.
1st down, a run with Cohen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Watch the slap, watch the slap. Ready, ready. Watch the slap.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day. Let's go.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He may try and run for this. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Down, 50, plant. Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
90, Wolf. It's our time.
They'll go with the keeper. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. It's their quarterback. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On the double. Mike 54. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he completes it to Cohen. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
2nd and 11. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Cousins. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Cousins gives way to Cook. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Cousins. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Play action now. Cousins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Watch time.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got Smith here. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another 1st down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. They run, Cook. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You can't block me.
Cousins. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 8. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Khalil Mack in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Throwing his Cousins. He's going to look deep down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. They were looking for Johnson that time. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Cohen. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, it's Hubbard, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. Set.
2nd and long. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Looking to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go down as a live, and it brings up 3rd down.
Red, 50-50. Plant, 55, come on. Do your job.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Brown. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They go play action here on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. On play action, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. A 1st down from Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
57 to Mike. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Third and goal for Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. That gets them 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5 yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
24, Bears 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, it's Cohen. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
This is Cohen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd down, Hubbard, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hubbard, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Marthema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go long route. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. Flush to his right. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Back to throw.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The offense on third down tonight, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're looking at third and a few inches. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
Throwing, Cousins. It's caught, Smith. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run on first down. Cook, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Cousins now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins from the gun on third. This is Johnson. He's got it. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that can come back and get you.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Daniil Hunter, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Minnesota, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they suffer their 4th loss so far, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.